drag my bones to a place like this, where the teeth hit the teeth and nails dig into my fist. I bit my tongue for far too long. I bit it so damn hard that the damn thing's almost gone. So you say to the piper to let it all loose. Oh, but the fact of the matter is that I held it in for you. So tell the nightmare wandering around that he better watch it when he sleeps. And after the sun goes down, we're all just cutting teeth. So you drag my mind to a place of hate, where the fist meets the skin and savagery awaits. You can pull my punches all you want, but you can never silence the flame of the heart that's been wrong. So I told the mistakes their practice wasn't news. Oh, but the fact of the matter is you can never kill the truth. No, we told the nightmare wandering around that he better watch it where he sleeps. And after the sun goes down, we're all just cutting teeth. Oh, we're all just cutting teeth. So I brought him to the place where the winds had cut into, and I tied him by the waist to a place he already knew. As the masses spoke their pains, I felt a smile as it grew, and as the place went up in flames, we heard a scream that shot right through. So we got the nightmare held down, and the fire that he saved, and now we're wandering around, oh, cutting teeth. And so we got the nightmare held down, and the fire that he sleeps. And after the sun goes down, we're all just cutting teeth.
Hello, Daddy Alpha. We're gonna see how this works. I've never done one like this. I don't know how good the cam is going to work. Here's my fingers. Wee fingers. ASMR tippy tappies, even though you probably can't hear it. That's okay. Let me put the mic down, see if it works if I put the mic way down. Can my mic even go low enough? Yeah, you can't hear the tippy tappies. Oh well. I do not have ASMR settings on this scene. It would be picking up way too much. But hello, Daddy. I am still slightly getting set up. I have my pen wax. And right now we're doing the K's, which are the black gems. This is my first time diamond painting. Like not first time. I started this last night, so like today is not my first time, but this is the first one that I've ever done. I like it. Amity's in here. Oh, that was more than I meant, but that's okay. There we go. See how pretty? Where is it? There we go. There's the cam. I don't know if it's gonna focus properly. I don't have a very good cam. I got this as this is like the first cam I got after I started streaming. So, you know. And then here's the cool little pen. And then you push the pen into the wax, and then so now there's wax in there. And the wax is what sticks to the little gem so that you can pick it up. And then you put it on the little spot. It's very easy. It's very simple. We have to see, when I did this before at another table that was much higher up and honestly much more comfortable. But we'll see how it works over here. Let me see this out. Just like that. So, I mean, it's literally just gonna be this with some lo-fi. Do we want the dish over so you can see me picking one up? Is that something that we want? I don't know how to do this kind of. That's the part that's not really picking up there. This way. That kind of, right? Yeah, this is going to be a lot of trial and error. I've never done this kind of before. I have done gaming streams and I have done just chatting streams. And I one time, I think only once, maybe twice, doodled with a drawing tablet. But we did not take it very seriously. Upside down. Can you hear shaky shaky ASMR shaky shaky of the gems? This is a good place. Oopsie. That one quite where I want it, but I can take the pen and kind of push it around. The adhesive is very thick, but or like very strong, very sticky, but you can manipulate it a little bit, which is good because I did also have my 6-year-old helping me with this a little bit last night. I got 2 of these for me, and I wanted to get one for her for Christmas. But I didn't know, first of all, how much she would enjoy it or if she would get frustrated with it and find it tedious, or if it would be too difficult because there's so many teeny tiny little dots. She actually did a very good job. I had to push a couple to slightly manipulate, but that was about it. She did a very good job. I was very impressed. She had a lot of fun. She keeps wanting to do more, so I think I am going to get her one for Christmas. Or if not Christmas, then for her birthday. Her birthday's in March. So if I'm not able to get one for her by Christmas, since it's coming up so soon, maybe for her birthday. But she had fun. And she keeps wanting to do this one, and I'm okay with letting her help me with it. But I did get it for me, and I don't get a lot of things for just me, myself, to enjoy. So I would kind of like to keep it as mine and let her help me with it, of course, but she wanted to take it over and have it be hers. She wanted me to give it to her. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna do that, kid. But now that I know that she likes it, and that she is capable of doing it, I'm definitely gonna get her. When I got this, I was set up at an event. We were selling books, and it was a show. It's a traveling show that sets up all over different cities in Michigan and Ohio and Indiana and I think Wisconsin. I don't really know where all else, but It travels around a lot, but it's called Shipshawana on the Road. And whenever we go to one of those to sell books, there's always a lady there selling these, and I go and I look at them every time, but I've never bought any for myself. And so I did finally buy this and then one other one for myself. And I asked if she had other things that were more suited for kids, because I mean, this is very big. This is a time-consuming project. And she showed me some other smaller options that she had. Like, there are kits where you can make wind chimes and keychains and little pieces that go on to light up bases. Like, if you've seen those that are like plastic and they have an image like maybe laser engraved into them, and then it's on top of a lighted base. It's like essentially that. Oh no, did I fuck up? Okay, I got it. It's essentially that, but you do the diamond painting for it. And it's the same thing. Well, one just went flying. It's the same thing. It's the same gems, the same size and everything. It's just much smaller projects that finish a lot quicker, not quite as tedious, not going to take quite as long, a little bit more easy for a little one to tackle. And I was looking at those, she was showing them to me, and I almost bought a couple of them. But I really wanted to make sure that she was, one, capable of doing it because it is so tedious and the spots are so small, and, you know, two, that she would enjoy it and have fun and not get frustrated with it because of those reasons. But now I kind of wish I had just gotten it for her because she loves it. And now she wants to take mine away. Right up, one more. Right there. So the gems have like one, oh, you can't really see, one side that's flat. Yeah, that's not gonna focus. But they've got one side that's flat, and then the other side that's more rigid that gets the light reflecting on it. And so sometimes I go through and I get all the ones that are flat side down like they're supposed to be. And then the ones that are left are flat side up. And then I have to shake the tray around a little bit to try to get some of those to flip over. And then I can grab them with the pen. But the lady at Shipshawana on the Road that sells these, I always go, I always look, I always ask for dragons, but I've never bought any of them. And we haven't done a Shipshawana on the Road in quite a while. They have a spring circuit and then they have a fall circuit. And last weekend was the last of the fall circuit. And it was the only fall circuit one that we went to. So we haven't been there since like, I don't know, March, April-ish. I don't exactly know. But we did several of the spring ones, the ones that are within driving distance for us. But this was the only one of the fall ones that we did. So we haven't been there in a while. And it was kind of nice because we got to see a lot of our vendor friends that we don't get to see very often. And most of them didn't know that we were going to be there. So that was exciting. But the diamond painting lady, she's not exactly a friend. Like, I see her and I look at her stuff and I ask if she has dragons. But we've never really bonded. But I was over looking the other day when I ended up buying this one, and she remembered me and made a comment about how I always come and look but don't ever buy anything. She wasn't guilting me. I said it first. I was like, man, I always look but I never buy anything. But she remembered me, and it was kind of funny because most of you know when we're set up selling the books, we're in cosplay, because we cosplay as characters from her books. And so I wear a corset and red cat ears. So, oh no. Oh no. Because of that, I'm a little bit memorable. And so I was talking to her about the different diamond paintings and said that I always look, and she made a couple comments about conversations that we had had. And I was like, oh, you remember me? It's the ears, isn't it? And she just kind of laughed. She was like, yeah, it's the ears. Like, yeah, I get that a lot. Some people like the ears, some people hate the ears, but they always remember the ears. Goodness. This desk is definitely a little bit harder to do this on than the table I was doing before. The table is higher up, so it's a better angle. This is working out. It's just some of them have gotten a little bit tricky. Hello, Ryder. Hello, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the lurk. You go EB and have a great day at work tomorrow, friend. Yes, don't stay up and make bad decisions because of me. At least not tonight. Maybe another night we can make bad decisions together. Oh, why is my phone vibrating? Only 9 hours? Ryder is still new at their job. And new to working in general. Ryder has made a lot of changes lately in his life. And I am incredibly proud of the progress that he has made. I've definitely worked 9-hour shifts before. I've worked longer. I've worked 12 or 13-hour shifts before. But for Ryder, it's new. And changes are hard, and making adjustments to new routines take time. And I am very proud of everything he has been doing lately. Making a lot of good changes for himself. Learning new skills and gaining independence, and it's never too late to do those things. I remember when I got my first serious job working at Radio Shack when I was 19. My feet hurt so bad, even after just some of the shorter training days. My feet hurt so bad. I wasn't used to being on my feet for that long. As a teenager, I hadn't really worked before. I was used to going to the park and sitting and playing video games. My body wasn't accustomed to it. My feet hurt so bad. And I remember my mom, and not maliciously, mind you, but some of the comments my mom would make about, well, imagine how I feel. She worked at the hospital. My mom worked long-ass shifts that she did not get breaks from. She worked her ass off. Like, I'll give her credit for that, honestly. But she had been doing it for 10, 15 years, probably close. I don't know. I'm not good at keeping track of time. But she had been doing it for a long time. And I was still brand new to having to stand for a shift. It was difficult for me. And now, yeah, I can stand and work a 13-hour shift on my feet, no problem. But I couldn't then. And I remember feeling bad and feeling inferior, like, because my mother worked so hard, and she worked so hard, but it was like, because of that, my experiences being new to having a job and being on my feet for that long were invalidated, it felt like. And I think it's very important to remember perspective, and something that may seem simple to somebody who's accustomed to it, familiar with it, trained or practiced, it's not going to be the same perspective as someone who's new to it. And any change that you make in your life to try to better yourself, no matter what stage of that you're in, is something to be so incredibly proud of. I can't get one. There it is. My hand is stuck. Sure that one, it's kind of hard to tell. You try moving, will be a better spot. I'll have to move my hand more, but maybe if I can see. Definitely more movement to get to it, but it's easier for me to tell if the gems are upside down. see if there's a better way for me to angle that. I'm gonna be... Nope, that didn't make it at all. That was... Oh, the wax is stuck. That's still kind of just my hand in the... That'll be good. Okay. Still figuring this out. It'd be a lot easier if I was left-handed. If I could come in like this, that would be perfect. Try it. I can train myself how to do it that way. Worked. It felt very awkward the entire time, but something on just my mouse in the corner. Nope, that didn't work. Phone. Oh no, there. That. Might be a little bit slower trying to do it with the left hand now. But hey, if we can learn a new skill tonight, why not? Is that better for you guys, being able to see it better, not getting my hand in the way like this as much? You like to be able to actually see it? You like that, right? If you don't like it, tell me and I'll stop, because this is honestly more effort, but if that's a better view for you guys, I'll keep doing it. Hello, Rith. Welcome to a very different kind of stream. Welcome to my first diamond painting project. You know, I've been seeing these kinds of things around for years. Always wanted to try one. But I have this really weird complex almost where I am unable to justify spending money on myself for things like this that in my mind seem pointless and unproductive. Whereas for anyone else, I'd be like, hell yeah. If that's fun, if that's relaxing, go ahead and do it. But when it comes to myself, if I feel like it's not a way for me to be productive and have an actual goal accomplished, I feel guilty. And I don't ever prioritize allowing myself to do things just for the enjoyment of them. if I cannot justify some type of need, then I won't do it. And I'm trying really hard to break that. Speaking of learning new skills, allowing yourself to simply enjoy things is absolutely a skill, and it is one that I need to work on a lot. And this is kind of my attempt at that. My therapist is very proud of me. I talk to her a lot about the concept in my head that if something is of benefit to just me and is not a way for me to benefit somebody else, that action causes me to feel, I guess, like a burden, like I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting other people's time when I could be productive, or I could be benefiting someone else, or I could be doing something to essentially prove my worth. And because of whatever complex that is that I have, you know, this is just one of those things. I've been seeing it for years and wanting to try, and could not find a way to justify allowing myself to do it. And I guess that's kind of part of why I wanted to try to stream it too, and kind of share that. But today, especially working on this, I am building the skill of allowing myself to enjoy something simply for the enjoyment of it, without any expectation on myself to be productive or in some way serve somebody else. That's a hard thing for me to do, but we're gonna get better at that, right? Hi, Sally. The pristine nails? Not even. I just had one break at work today. Look at that jagged fucker. Pristine my ass. However, thank you. Hi, Sally. Well, it goddamn better be, because it's one that I've been on and struggled with for a long time. Long time. The concept of being allowed to exist without the need or expectation to serve somebody else. I wrestle with that a lot. Anyone else, I'll be like, yeah, you know, your life is yours and you can live it how you want. You can be who you want. You can do the things, that you enjoy doing. But I have never been able to allow myself that same grace and that same privilege. But honestly, just the fact that on Sunday, I allowed myself to purchase a diamond painting kit, that's progress. It might not seem like a lot of progress. It might not seem like anything significant to some people, but it's a big deal to me. I done fucked up. It's okay. We fixed it. Any step is a good step. Exactly, Sally. Sally gets it. Sally is a wise and compassionate soul. You know, when she's not talking about sniffing my dirty thongs. Sally, you're here. You knew it had to come up, right? Nice and pretty. I see some that aren't quite perfectly on the spot. Honestly, this... it's like this chunk right here. I think it's from when I switched over to trying to do it left-handed. It's a classic. It's a classic Sally right there. But you know, it's interesting. I see this chunk right here is clearly worse. And I think that might be about when I switched over to trying to do it left-handed. You guys can't really tell the mistakes on the camera. Maybe it's not focusing well enough, but I can see it's a little bit jagged and there's some gaps, and I can see some of the white spots where it's not quite on the circle perfectly. But then over here, it's neater and it's straighter. That's very interesting. But, it's actually some pretty cool improvement to see. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get there, but hey, it's my first one, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Plus, I'm trying to learn to do it left-handed. Sally, I don't know if you thought that, wow, my viewers dropped. I think it's because I mentioned my dirty thong with Sally. But, Sally, I don't know if you were here for it. I was doing it right-handed like this. And then every time I would come in, I would block, and I didn't like that, and I thought that this would be a better view for you guys to actually see the diamonds going down. Sally, how was your day? I didn't know you were left-handed. I'm not. This is difficult. I'm trying so hard. I am right-handed, and I was doing it right-handed like this, but I didn't like how my hand was blocking the camera, so I'm trying to learn to do it with my left hand. And I think like there's a chunk right here where you can't tell on the camera, but I can see it's not quite lined up perfectly. But then, like, these last 2 or 3 rows here are much neater. So that's showing that I'm not left-handed, but already just within this chunk here, my ability to do it with my left hand has improved. I am not left-handed. My kid is left-handed, though. I don't know where she gets it. I'm right-handed, her dad is right-handed. I have a brother who's left-handed. Not exactly sure where his comes from. My brother is left-handed, but we have different dads. So I'm not sure if his left-handedness comes from his dad's side of the family or if it comes from my mom's family. I'm not entirely sure. My day's been all right, nothing crazy. How was yours? Well, I went to therapy and talked a lot about the concept of being allowed to enjoy things. We went and got a Christmas today. I was very sad. We usually go to a Christmas tree farm just outside of my city where you get to go and cut your own trees. I've always been the tree chopper. I started doing it when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I had, well, first of all, I've got two older brothers. And growing up, one of my brothers had a bedroom down in the basement. There was one bedroom down in the basement, and my oldest brother had that. And I had the smallest room. And then when my oldest brother moved out, my middle brother moved into the bigger basement bedroom. And then I moved over to what had been the middle brother's room. And so I got a little bit of a bedroom upgrade. And then when my middle brother moved out, instead of moving my bedroom to the basement room, I turned that into my music studio. So that is where I moved all of my guitars, my drum set, my piano. I had a little disco ball, just a chintzy little disco ball and a little stand. You was shining a flashlight on it and woo. But I had like a futon down there. So if I had friends over, we would like camp in my studio. And so when I had that studio set up down in that bottom bed or downstairs basement bedroom, I decided that I wanted my own Christmas tree for it. And so my family went out to go cut down our Christmas trees at this Christmas tree farm. And my dad typically would always do the main one for the family. I decided I want my own this year. I want to have one downstairs. I want to decorate it all by myself. I want to have a festive studio for Christmas. And so my parents agreed, and I was able to pick my own tree. And my dad was going to cut it for me, but I really wanted to cut it myself. And my parents didn't think I would be able to. But they reluctantly agreed to let me try. And I got down and I chopped that motherfucker down all by myself. My father was proud. My mother was amazed. And from then on, I always cut down the tree. Even the family one, like the following year, I'm pretty sure my parents let me cut the main tree for the family. And so I became tree chopping lady for Christmas. And then since I've been out of the house on my own almost 10 years now, whenever we go to cut down a Christmas tree, I'm still the one who cuts it down. I fucking love it. So there's the Christmas tree farm that we go to. And I really wanted to go there to get my Christmas tree again this year because that's my favorite place to go. You go on like a little trailer hayride thing pulled by a tractor, and it's just a really cool experience. And I went to look online just to see what their prices are, because of course the price of everything has gone up. And they are not doing the cut your own Christmas tree thing. And I think it said that they were doing it, but they ended it in November. Those trees must feel privileged to be chopped by you. Absolutely. But yeah, they weren't doing the cut your own trees this year. They only had pre-cut. And if I remember correctly, it said that they were doing it, but it ended in November, which is really weird. And they were also way overpriced. Like, my hand got stuck. I think the cheapest tree was like $70. $70 fucking dollars for the cheapest tree, and I didn't even get the experience of going out on the tractor and getting to pick out and cut my own tree down. That's bullshit. That's so disappointing. So I didn't get to cut my tree down this year. We just went and picked one up at Menards. It's very sad, but we got it. It's not even in the stand yet, because I went to therapy and then I went to work for my cousin Donna. Oh no! I went to work for my cousin Donna. She owns a shop in town that is, hold on, let me reset my cam, it's glitching. She owns a sewing and alteration shop that is right across the street from my therapist's office. Let me get the light on. There we go. That's good. Her shop is right across the street from my therapist's office. So after my therapy appointments, I just walk across the street and I go over to Donna's shop and I help her out. I do some marketing. I make some Facebook posts and schedule out. I help her with some technical stuff. Like today, the app that she uses on her tablet to process payments needed an update. And my cousin Donna, let me tell you, she is an old Woodstock hippie and I fucking love her. But she gets so overwhelmed with anything technology, and she was like, I got an email that says that my app needs updated and I don't know how to do that, so you're gonna do that. So like I handle a lot of things like that for her, and then I make some graphics in Canva for her to use for marketing, and I'm there for 2.5 hours and then she pays me $25. And so I went to therapy and then I went to Donna's, and then after that got my kid and we went out to Menards and picked out a tree. And the tree that we got was only $35 fucking dollars, dude. $70 sounds like a steal to my knowledge brain. I thought they were normally in the hundreds. No, like fake artificial Christmas trees, sure. But live Christmas trees should not be that much, at least not around the area that I'm in. I know that economy is different everywhere that you go. But where I'm from, $70 was definitely too much, especially for not getting the experience of going out on the trailer and cutting your own tree. So the tree that I ended up getting was only $35. $35. That is a really good low price for a pre-cut tree. So I was happy. I would have been willing to go out and dish out the $70 if they were still letting people go cut their own trees down, but they cut it off at the end of November, and I just don't understand that, because I don't think they've ever done that before. I don't know why, but just after the end of November, it was pre-cuts only, and bullshit. But we got our tree. It was only $35. So that's definitely less than we were expecting to spend. I'm happy with it. But it's not even set up yet. It's just like propped up against my wall. It's not even in the stand yet. I have to go out on my porch and find it. But tomorrow, hopefully, we're gonna get it set up in the stand and decorated and get lights on. Hopefully, because I'm gonna be busy tomorrow too, because the shake club that I work at, we're having our Christmas party. We're gonna go out to a local Mexican restaurant, and we did the same thing last year. We go out to this restaurant. My boss buys dinner for everybody. It's very sweet. She's amazing. We love her. But we have reservations tomorrow at 5:30. So I work tomorrow until 4. And then 5:30 we have dinner reservations. I don't know how late we're gonna be out, but hopefully tomorrow we will be able to get the tree up, get the lights, get the ornaments. And we've got some Christmas presents that are already wrapped that are currently hidden. If we get the tree up, bring at least a few of those out to put underneath, just to really let my kid get excited. Other than that, I will say I don't want this to lose the stickiness. Hold on, let me see if I just how this is, because my arm is touching that adhesive there and I don't want to unstickify it, I guess. Or maybe that'll be better. But on the topic of building the skill of self-love and allowing yourself to enjoy something for nothing more than the enjoyment of it, I made a big change to my morning today. So typically I get up, I get my kid ready for school, I go back to bed because I am not a morning person, and nap a little bit, and I get up and I start my day, and whoopsie, I did that today as per usual. But when I got up, I changed the way that I typically do things. A side note, nice background. I like the vibe. Thank you. So after the last stream, I put up the lights and then the red, green, and white stripes. But as far as like the pink background with the, I don't know if that's mistletoe or holly berries or whatever, the pink and the berries, that's new. I literally just put that together, and by put it together, I mean it was pretty much a preset in Canva that I used. But I just found that and put that together. So thank you. I'm glad you like it. But I did my typical, kid gets on the bus to go to school. I take a nap because I'm not a morning person. But then when I got up, I drastically changed the way that I do things. So the first thing that I did when I got up, like on my own, was make myself my mushroom coffee. And I microwaved the water. I microwaved the water to heat it up, which isn't going to seem like a big deal to people, or might even seem like the lazy way to some people. But I microwaved the water and I heated it up instead of just going with whatever lukewarm bullshit came out of my faucet. So I made my mushroom coffee and I took the time and allowed myself to heat the water properly to a temperature that I would enjoy. I then sat with my mushroom coffee and I allowed myself to take the time to drink it slowly. I did not chug it. for the sake of time, often I feel when I take my time doing something like that that has no real productive aspects, elements like at all, I feel like it's a waste of time. And so I make my mushroom coffee lukewarm with whatever comes out of the faucet and I chug it as fast as I can, and then that part of my day is done. I didn't do that today. I microwaved the water, I heated it up, I sat down, and I allowed myself to drink it slowly. I then turned on some music. I like to just cast YouTube from my phone to my TV. I turned on a winter lo-fi 24-hour stream that I've been listening to a lot. I turned that on and I sat and I slowly drank my coffee. I got out my diamond painting. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Let me reset my camera. No? Is it okay? I think it's okay. I got out my diamond painting kit and I allowed myself an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna reset it. To do my diamond painting. The type of project that until recently I never allowed myself the grace or privilege to pursue. And I will admit it was difficult. And I had to continue reminding myself that it's okay. It's okay to enjoy things that do not have an immediate outcome, that do not necessarily serve a purpose in a way that is traditionally viewed as productive, and that does not exist for the sole purpose of serving somebody else. That the entire purpose of the action was to simply relax, enjoy my time. I just had these little black diamonds shoot out all over the place. Hold on, I gotta scoop those up. And I had to continue reminding myself that it was okay to be doing that, and that not every action I take has to be traditionally or stereotypically productive and does not have to serve somebody else. That I do not need to feel guilty for wanting to relax and enjoy things. That the time I spent on these activities were not wasted and were in fact invested in building the skill of allowing myself to be happy. And that I do not exist for the sole purpose of serving somebody else. These are bizarre concepts to me. These are hard pills for me to swallow. And I went to therapy today and I told her about my morning. And she asked me how it felt. And I told her that it felt forced. It felt unnatural. It was difficult. And I had to continue to remind myself to not feel guilty about it. But I did it. The entire morning was spent taking steps to relieve myself of the pressure that nobody else puts on me. It's pressure that I put on myself. Nobody else has the expectation. There's nobody in my life who treats me as though I exist to serve them. That's not a problem that I have. It's an expectation and a pressure that I put upon myself. And I took the time and I took the steps to try to relieve myself of that self-inflicted pressure and expectation. And it wasn't easy. And I couldn't sit there and smile and say, oh, Alyssa, it felt so good. It was effort. But just like my left hand and the difference from this chunk here to this chunk over here, little bit from here to here, the consistency and working and building that skill. And I have already on this side improved so much with my left hand. And I can do that with my mind too. And I can retrain my brain and I can build that skill of allowing myself to be happy. Sometimes we all forget to soak in the world around us. That is true. That is true. And there are times I am capable, oh, I'm getting pretty far over, let me adjust this. I am capable of mindfulness. That is still not a good angle in some regards. There we go, that's perfect. Like when I go out in the woods or when I'm out on the lake, I'm able to step back and take the time to appreciate nature and the sun rays coming through the trees and the light reflecting on the ripples in the water when I'm out on my kayak. You know, sometimes I'm able to do that, but that's not a daily thing, you know? And there's a difference, at least to me, at least to my brain. There's a difference between appreciating the nature around me and appreciating myself and the decisions that I make and the ways that I try to better myself. And while we are all still part of the same world, I am not able to allow myself the same grace and the same respect for my hard work the way I can anything else in the world. The way I can the waves, the way I can the honeybee. And it's important for us to remind ourselves that we are part of that same system. And we are just as magnificent. Using my left hand is getting so much easier. Shaky, shaky. I flip them over. A lot of them are upside down. I gotta stretch my back out. I have been hunching over. Again, the table that I was doing this at before was much higher. This desk is much lower. I'm having to hunch over a lot more. Gotta stretch my back out. You really on the philosophical mood tonight? Step aside, evil Sil. Still on the chill pill. You have not, my friend, been around for any of my just chatting streams. And that makes me sad, because that means that I don't do just chatting streams anymore, which I don't. But a lot of the just chatting streams had a little bit of a similar vibe, a little bit of a vibe check. How's everyone doing? Group therapy, things like that. This is different though. This is still different. Sally, you will come to learn that I am multifaceted. As a late diagnosed autistic person, I am fantastic at masking. I am fantastic at reading what I think the people around me want from me. And I am able to build personas around that. And it's all me. It's all still me. I just pick and highlight certain aspects of myself depending on the role that I feel like I am supposed to be filling in that moment. Evil Sil is very much a real part of me. But so is this one. I guess you allow sides of yourself to come out when needed. Exactly. That is exactly correct. Before I learned the term masking, when learning that I was autistic, before that, I always, like, as a visual concept, I imagined that I had a switch in my brain and I could turn different parts of me off and on. And really, masking in general is typically developed as kind of a survival tool to try to blend in and appear normal or appear likable to those that are around you. And so I developed that skill very young. Just wanting to be liked and not understanding why I was as different as I was. And now that I understand it more, I don't feel as guilty about it. It used to be something that I felt bad about. Like, why am I in this situation capable of appearing to be this person? But I can't be this person all the time. I don't need to be this person all the time. Different parts of our lives and different people that we interact with all demand, require, deserve different parts of us. Just like my daughter, my 6-year-old, deserves a very different version of me than the one that I am when I'm at work, or the one that I am when I'm playing games with you fuckers. Sometimes I fall into the expectation of what I think I'm supposed to be in certain situations, and that just continues to get magnified and magnified and magnified more and more and more. Zoom in, enhance, sci-fi bullshit. And some of the way I express certain roles that I'm filling, such as with streaming, it's almost like a caricature at times. The way that I talk on stream, you're never gonna see me out walking around talking like that in real life. It's very heightened and it's very exaggerated, but it is still me. I am very much a time and place kind of person. I had friends in high school and parents of friends. Some of them thought that I was so mature. Some of them thought that I was so childish. And it was really interesting to me because a lot of times they would only see very small examples of me. And I learned very early on to judge my maturity on my ability to balance, on my ability to properly judge time and place, on my ability to be stupid and silly and loud and obscene, but know when and how to turn it off. When it was appropriate, when it was not appropriate, when I needed other aspects of myself to be highlighted. And so I never let it hurt my feelings when friends or parents of friends would call me immature, because I knew the other things that I was also capable of doing. And I just allowed myself that flux and that fluidity of being able to be serious and being able to be thoughtful, and then also being able to be loud and silly and obscene and ridiculous and childish. I have never wanted to be flat. I've never wanted to be one-dimensional. And I have sure as hell never wanted to be predictable. I just don't interact with people. Fixed. I didn't even know you were still here, Daddy Alpha. I appreciate that you've stuck around this long. I definitely struggle with interacting with people. Ooh, I'm getting off the thing again. Let me kind of turn it, slide it down. I struggle with socialization a lot more than I did when I was in high school. But learning about being autistic and how that affects me in my daily life and how I interact with people, and being able to find people in that community has really helped me improve my socialization. Is that I'm not incapable of socializing, and I'm not incapable of making deep, meaningful connections with people. I was just trying to make them with the wrong people. And I could flip the switch, and I could put on the mask, and I could be entertaining, and I could fill the role that I needed to fill in that moment for that person. But then when it came to deeper connections and taking that mask off and allowing more sides of myself to be seen, that is when I have really struggled with socialization and building and maintaining friendships and relationships. And learning about my autism and how that affects my life, my socialization, how it reflects in different aspects of my trauma, has made a huge difference. And I have learned that I am not incapable of these things. I just need to get better at identifying the people whose brains run on the same software as mine. And so I've come and I have found people like Ryder and like Bread and like a lot of you who maybe some of you are not autistic, but the majority of us definitely operate on a different frequency. And I appreciate the way that we've all been able to kind of come together and vibrate at whatever frequency we are on without the judgment, without the exclusion, without the mockery, and without having to feel bad about ourselves. I started streaming after my injury in 2020. Some of you know this, some of you don't. Really short version. I got injured pretty badly. I had a few surgeries. I was bedridden for a while. I was in a wheelchair for a little while. Short while for the wheelchair, but it happened. And I was very dependent on other people. I was very lonely and I was very sad and I had no source of socialization. And so I decided to start streaming because I needed to find some type of outlet and some type of way to connect. And so I started thinking, oh, I'm gonna play silly games and no one's really gonna want to watch me, but maybe a few people will. And I didn't really know what to expect. But very quickly, I found myself surrounded by an amazing community of diverse and funny and compassionate and intelligent individuals who all started to look out for each other and support each other and defend each other and uplift each other. And that's something that I was never prepared for when I started streaming. That honestly still gets me incredibly emotional. That in one of the darkest times of my life, when I was incapable of doing anything for myself, I was incapable of using the bathroom without assistance. In that phase of my life, I was able to somehow bring together all these people that needed somewhere to feel accepted and safe to be themselves. And I am forever going to be in absolute awe of this community. Hello! There's people here. I think the different characters you exhibit are a way for you to release those parts of yourself without needing to bottle them up too much. That is very accurate. A healthy release. That's a very good way to describe that. Hello, Bread. Hello, D-Rad Punks. Hi, everybody. I am diamond painting, and it has gotten a lot more deep and emotional than I expected it to tonight. How is everyone? What make? I make diamond paint. Let me see if I can show you like the little thumbnail of what it is. See, it's a tree. Let's see, can I get here? I'm just gonna take the camera off. There we go. It doesn't show very good. This is not a good camera, but it's this little silhouette of a tree with cotton candy, skies, and a pretty moon. And thank you for the sub. This is cool. Never seen any of your art before. I don't normally do art. This is actually my very first time doing diamond painting. That has been a huge topic of discussion today. One of the things that we have been talking about is my inability to allow myself to enjoy things without some other agenda to it. I'm not good at doing things that are not stereotypically productive and do not in some way serve or benefit somebody else. I hold myself to a ridiculous standard and have this self-inflicted expectation that I exist for the benefit of those around me. And it's something that I've been working on. I've been going to therapy for years. And I am currently, trying very hard to break myself out of that mindset and allowing myself to simply exist and enjoy that existence, regardless of whether or not it is of benefit to somebody else. Of course, I still love to do things for other people. I am, in many ways, a servant type of person. But I need to allow myself to be happy just existing and remind myself that I can do things just for the enjoyment with no specific end goal, and that in doing so, I am not wasting my time and I am not burdensome to those around me for simply trying to enjoy myself for no other purpose than the enjoyment of it. And so this is, I was talking earlier, I had been seeing diamond painting around for years, and it's something that I always wanted to do, and I could not ever justify it because I could not find a way that this would be of benefit to anybody, or any way that this would be, which way do I want to go? Any way that this would be productive in any type of traditional or stereotypical modern sense. And so I never allowed myself to do it. And I bought it on Saturday. And I did start a little bit. I did some yesterday and I did some this morning. But this is my very first time doing diamond painting. And it is a massive step in freeing myself from those ridiculous self-inflicted expectations. Her mushroom art was very cute. I did do that one time. I maybe once or twice streamed with a drawing tablet that I had gotten. I didn't really pursue that any further. But as far as diamond painting, this is my very first one. And And thank you, Brett. I actually haven't thought about my mushroom art in a long time. Thank you. So yeah, so far, you know, welcome friends. I'm glad you made it. So far, it's kind of been one big therapy session of me pretending that I am way more deep and insightful than I actually am. But you know what? I think Sally and Daddy Alpha have been enjoying it, if nothing else. It's very insightful. I get what you meant, but I cannot find a way to pronounce that in a way that I am okay with. Water bottle. Me too. But you know what? I appreciate the effort. So, Brett, fun fact. This is me doing it with my right hand. You see that? I don't like that. My hand keeps getting in the way. I put one down, you can't see. So a good chunk of tonight has actually, on top of my ramblings, I have been trying to train myself to do this with my left hand so that the camera gets a better shot of the diamond painting. And it's much easier than it was when I started. I was going very slow when I first switched over to trying to do it with my left hand, but it's actually working and I'm very happy with it. The camera is mirrored. I guess. I don't know. I don't fuck with the settings too much. I don't use cam very often. But yeah, this is my left hand. And so I'm learning a new skill in that. I thought that would be a more enjoyable perspective for people, as opposed to me coming in and blocking with my hand every time. Explained why I thought you were left-handed, LOL. Oh! That makes sense, I suppose. There's also the fact that, like, so the camera is facing this way, but I'm actually sitting, like, over here. So, like, my camera, here's up, here's down, here's side to side, and, like, I am over this way. So I'm also sitting in a weird angle in regards to, so like, for example, here is my camera seeing my phone head on, and here is me seeing my phone head on. So there's, I don't know how much that affects the perspective as well, but there's that too. Yeah, I struggled figuring out how to get my cam to work for this. I don't really have anything good for it to clip onto. But my desk that I use is, it's got 2 layers to it. So I just have this, I have the camera kind of propped up on the higher level. And the fact that it's staying and hasn't fallen because I have it hanging over the ledge, I'm amazed that it's actually working out. So if you punch that thing, do they just go everywhere? Let's see. No, it's adhesive. So this goes over to protect it, but then when I'm putting them on, I pull this up and it's like, it's glue. It's adhered. Now, however, if I were to punch this, actually I need to fill more. Oh no, one fell out. Especially like if I put this here, if I were to just punch right here, they would go absolutely everywhere. It is time to refill though. I do feel like I'm running low. Some are on the loose and have gotten out, so let me kind of pick those up and put them back in. Here. Come here, I said. Please come here, dear. There we go. I don't know what that is, but it's some type of residue. I need some more though. I'm running low. That should be good for now. No, I'll do some more. No, one fell out. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Good. Many, many more now. Make a mess, do the thing. I did earlier on accident. Did you miss that? I mean, you couldn't see it. It was over to the side. So like, here's the camera, and then over and up on the shelf that way is where I have the little tray. And I did earlier on accident. My hand bumped it and I spilled a bunch. It just, oh my God. Holy shit. The film is there. I don't have access to the adhesive. Holy baloney. Everybody unfollow right now. That was unforgivable. Let me peel that back up. My phone to hold it down. Coming back in with the left hand. There we go. Some of these need slightly adjusted. That should be good enough though. Ooh. So, Bread, tell me, how was your day? I have missed you, friend. When do you go on Christmas break for school? We need to hang out when you have some free time. Also, how's the audio balance? Like, is the music loud enough for you guys, or would you like me to turn it up a little bit more? Boop, 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 boop. It's my thumb. Did basically nothing. I was praying for university to get over, and now it's over, and oh! So are you on Christmas break right now? Enough to hear and not drowning? Okay, good. Good. That's kind of how I wanted it. So, Brett, are you on Christmas break right now? I just have one exam on the 19th and I'm free. Hell yeah. Does that mean we're gonna get to hang out? Please? I'm always hopeful that when you get a break, we'll get to hang out, and then we don't usually end up hanging out as much as I would like. I miss you, friend. Yes. Amazing. I'll even play your weird anime lawyer game with you maybe once. How long is your break? Like, is it until New Year? Is it past New Year? How long do you get off? Maybe once. Brad, get Syl on that anime train. Hey, maybe sometime we can start watching My Hero Academia again. Till January 7th? Oh, okay. Anti-review stream 1. I mean, I got into that shit when I was a little bit younger. Explains everything. Shush, it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. JK, I kind of want to now. Why? What is it? Will it traumatize me? It'll probably traumatize me, won't it? I'm too innocent for some of the shit you be watching, Brad. Oh shit, 2 girls, 1 cup ain't fucking shit. I remember hearing how terrible that was, and then I actually went and watched it, and it did not affect me in any way. Like, obviously I was like, ew, I would never do that. But like, I was fine watching it. Like, it didn't, obviously it didn't like turn me on or anything, but I was like, okay, they be doing some dumb shit. It did not affect me the way it seemed to affect everybody else. Blue waffle affected you? I don't remember how much of an effect that had on me. I'm trying to get good view, a good angle. Is that good? That seems good, right? Cool. Need more wax on this? I'll do. Right, it's full. Full away. Ah. Sally, did you see my mouse video from Tuesday? Did ya? On TikTok? The release, yeah. Did you like it? I've watched it so many times, it's ridiculous. They're just so cute. Gave me the feels. Good. I like feels. Hello. It's me. It's my fingers. Sorry, I'll move them. Sally, I would like to ask you a question because this is very different content than what I usually do. But I like to make sure, even though I enjoy doing a variety of things, I like to make sure that my content is enjoyable for my followers. And you've been around pretty much all night tonight. So I would like to ask, why are you still here? What has been your favorite thing from tonight's stream? What are you getting out of this that makes you want to stay? Because it's very, very, very different than how we usually hang out, especially Jackbox. So just because this is so different, I would like to know, what about this are you enjoying that you would like to see more of? Welcome to our only Sallies? What? And honestly, Daddy Alpha, you too, you haven't been talking as much, but you have been here since the beginning of stream. I would genuinely like to know, why are you still here tonight? This isn't what we normally do. This isn't how we normally hang out. What is keeping you here that you would like to see me do more of? I enjoy it once I feel invested in a person, stream or not. I tend to support them in whatever way I can. I like that in a person. I like that. And I appreciate that. That is a good way to be. Thank you, Alpha. I appreciate that. But neither of you have anything in particular that you are enjoying or that you would like to see more of. That's okay. That's okay. I just like to kind of take notes when I try new things to see what people like and why they like it and what I should do more of. But sometimes we don't have specific answers, and that's okay too. I like your calm voice today. This is not how I normally talk on stream. You are correct. Oh, again, Sally, I'm so saddened by the fact that you've never done the just chatting streams with us. Again, this has been a different level. This has been a different vibe. I don't think I've ever had a stream that quite fits this vibe. But that was a very common theme with the just chatting streams as well. Maybe what I'm gathering is that maybe I should start doing some just chatting streams more again lately. Or maybe something like this can take the place of the just chatting streams that I used to do. Hello? You're speaking like Bob Ross. Look at all of my happy little trees. Oh, Brett, how could you? How could you? And I thought you were intelligent. SMH. Wait a minute, Fred. It was a joke when I said my happy little trees, but look at what I'm making. It actually is a tree. I made a joke, but where's the lie? It really is a happy little stream tree. There we go, that's good. Sil Ross, oh my gosh. It is a happy big tree. Little gem. There we go. Honestly, I like the rough and the rowdy and the obscene of, say, my Jackbox streams. But this is honestly the vibe that I would prefer my community be more built around. And I feel like it used to be when I had more variety. I used to stream every day, and every day had an assigned theme, and I would do cozy streams on Wednesdays, and I would do just chatting streams on Saturdays. Jackbox was Sundays. Like, every day had a different theme and a very different vibe. And we were able to focus more on the kind of cozy community aspect. But I'm so busy and I'm so tired, and I don't stream nearly as often as I used to. So I haven't really been getting all of that variety in there. And it's kind of been losing this aspect, and I'm happy to get it back. So I may seriously consider either A, reinstating just chatting, or B, scheduling this a little bit more and having this take its place. Bob Nim. How do you feel about that, Brad? What are your thoughts in regards to that? Also, Brad, the list that you sent me for ASMR stream ideas was terrible. So much of it was like various roleplay type things, and I really hated that a lot. But I'll figure something out. Cozy night is kind of similar vibe too, like how I used to do Wednesdays, like melatonin and things like that. Not quite the same. Definitely a cozier vibe, but not quite as open. Sometimes I miss my GTA roleplay. What are you talking about? There were some treasures in the trash, and by treasures in the trash, I'm assuming you mean chess. That was it, right? It was the chess. I'm not doing chess ASMR. It was definitely a very extensive list. Most of them were garbage. I honestly couldn't even invest myself enough to make it through the entire list, and the list itself did not really help give me any idea of what you guys want. Like, if I'm going to do those streams, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's not something that I have ever pursued in any way, either as a creator or as a viewer. So if I am going to do it, I want to know what you guys want. I want to know what you like. I want to know what you want to get out of it if I'm going to be doing ASMR streams. Yeah. You don't really check ASMR that much. I am going to be honest, I despise it. Sometimes ASMR streams or videos or ads will pop up, and I mean, I suppose they technically work. It does elicit a physical sensation in my body, but it makes me anxious. It gives me anxiety. It makes me feel nauseated. And it makes me flinch in a bad way, like I'm trying to swat something away. Like it makes me feel icky. But making it would not have the same effect on me. And if it's something that you guys would enjoy, I am open to trying it. I just, because of the reaction that I get from it, I don't feel like I would be a very good judge to try to figure out what the best approach would be for you guys. Artistic topless streams coming to Twitch. Thanks. Who asked for this? Brett, was this you? I mean, to be fair, I could be topless right now and you would have no idea. You know how they say when you're nervous or when you have stage fright, it's best to just picture the audience naked? I have found that it best suits me to just be naked. Try to humiliate me now. You can't. I'm fucking naked. I can't get any lower than that. Hurt my feelings now. So I, on occasion, will listen to sleep affirmation videos. And there's this guy that I like. His name is, I think it's Bob Baker is his name. But there's like some calm ambient music in the background. And he's got different videos for different themes and different goals. But essentially, like, say, generic version, positive thinking sleep affirmations. And so Mr. Bob Baker comes in, and there's this calm ambient music playing in the background. And he will say a positive affirmation. And you are meant to either just sit and listen, or when he says it, there is a moment where he pauses, where if you so choose, you can repeat the phrase back to yourself, either in your head or out loud. And sometimes when I don't want to be distracted by murmurings of non-existent people in my head, I will listen to positive sleep affirmations. But I was kind of considering taking that kind of approach to an ASMR stream, where I essentially just say positive things, positive affirmations, words of encouragement, with a bit of a pause in between, where you can just wait for the next one, enjoy the music, enjoy the silence, repeat it back to yourself, or contemplate it and think about how you can apply it to yourself and to your life. Is that something that any of you would be interested in regards to an ASMR stream? I don't like... Had to refresh, stream wasn't working. Oh no, Sally missed everything that I just said. Brad, did you catch what I said? Sally, did you hear the majority of what I said, or did you just like completely miss that last conversation I just had with myself? Speaking of Sally, I think my Sally cat is being mischievous. I don't know where she is, but I heard random sounds. Brad, are you still here, friend? Red, speak now before I dox you. Just kidding. There's no sound?